So Hannah Dugan was arrested. Hannah Dugan is a judge in Milwaukee or Wisconsin, definitely. She was charged April 25th, today, with two felonies. She was charged with two felonies. Felonies! And they said that she helped an undocumented immigrant avoid arrest after he appeared in her courtroom last week. And so what I heard is that she had held a door open for where the jury was supposed to go. The jury could go through a door, so she held the door open and told the guy to go there, and then she misdirected the federal agents about where the guy was. And then the guy was accused of misdemeanors, and the misdemeanors was battery, something about there was a noise complaint for playing music too loud, and then the guy gets into a fight with some other guy, hits him 30 times, and then the female jumps in the middle and then hit her too. So there was like 1 year jail time, $10,000 minimum fines for those. She appeared before U.S. Magistrate Judge Stephen C. Dries in a brief hearing in a packed courtroom at the federal courthouse. Hannah Dugan was wearing a black dress with white flowers, made no public comments during the brief hearing. Craig Mastantuono told the court Judge Dugan wholeheartedly regrets and protests her arrest. Wow, this is crazy. Obstruction and concealing an individual. So the Underground Railroad. So for anybody that helped Frederick Douglass get to freedom, sanctuary. Isn't that Quasimodo? If you can get to a church and declare sanctuary. My God. Pam Bondi said, I can confirm that FBI agents just arrested Hannah Dugan. They're posted on X, so they're bragging about it. This Kash Patel had posted something, but then he deleted the tweet. A county judge. He's saying it's a county judge. I thought it was a circuit judge. It's a state judge nonetheless. Wisconsin. So this breaks Wisconsin's sovereignty. Who is, my God, we got to check out the governor. Who is the governor of Wisconsin? Because this shit is going to turn in, it's Tony Evers, who's the Democratic Party. So this is going to turn into red states versus blue states. Do we have a map of governors in America? Red, blue states. So is this going to be how the Civil War is fought? So you got, all these red state governors are going to, attack any brown person that's out there. And then you're going to have, Illinois, Kentucky, North Carolina, Maryland, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Colorado. Is that Kansas? Kansas has a Democratic governor? That's impressive. Alaska, New Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii. And then there's a couple of these. Man, I don't know any of these, to be honest with you. Is that purple? Let's see, Guam, Virgin Islands. I'm not for sure about the islands, the colonies. But fucking shit. Is this what the map is going to turn into? Is this what the Civil War is going to look like? So the West Coast, you're going to have a stronghold on the West Coast here, kind of a nice little horseshoe shape. And then a lot of the East Coast, but not Vermont and New Hampshire. So you won't be able to, that kind of cuts Maine off. But that would be easy for these, the states to, kind of collapse that, take those governments over. And then you still got these four right here. That's right in the middle of them, right? So who knows how the Civil War in America would turn out. This is getting out of hand. This is absolutely crazy. Let's keep on looking at let's see, Eduardo Flores Ruiz. Let's see here, Judge Carl Ashley. Misdemeanor, 3 misdemeanor battery accounts. It is April 18th. Flores Ruiz's case was set for 8:30. He does not appear to have any other state or federal criminal charges or offenses. There was a fight March 12th between two roommates at a home, 3900 block of West Villette Street. No one answered the door. When Journal Sentinel visited his residence April 23rd, Attorney Gimbel calls Dugan arrest outrageous. It's interesting. Here's another one about what the Republicans had said. So, Representative Derek Van Orden, Republican out of Wisconsin, says it's abundantly clear that many activist judges around the country have been acting politically in order to sabotage the Fuhrer's agenda, disenfranchise the 77 million Americans that voted for him. What about the 75 million Americans who didn't? And then what about we got 350 million Americans, so that only adds up to 150. What about the 200 million Americans who don't vote? Judges are not supposed to write the law. They're certainly not above it, he added. Representative Troy Niels, Texas, staunch Fuhrer ally, staunch Nazi, told Axios he too supports the arrest. Lock him up, Representative Tim Burchett. If she broke the law, she needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent. No double standards. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. And nobody is above the law, but when it comes to who is actually obstructing justice, who's obstructing justice? He was there. He was at the courthouse. He was answering to the charges. And so this is state court, and you have a bunch of feds who keeps jumping people at state court. And so, yeah, you want justice, but the arrest is kidnapping, and if you're going to court, doesn't that indicate that the person is a lawful person? You just had the 9-0 ruling. They were supposed to get Kilmar Abrego Garcia and bring him back, but they said, fuck you, Supreme Court. You made your ruling, now why don't you enforce it, you bastards? We're going to kidnap and disappear anybody we fucking please. We don't give a fuck. So who's obstructing who? Who is obstructing whom here? You know? If we got an illegal criminal Fuhrer at the helm of this nation, sabotaging the economy, sabotaging the laws, making executive orders over and over again, he says he is the law. This isn't a nation of law. I'm trying to bring people back to the Constitution. This motherfucker's trying to get people to run away from the Constitution. Thomas Jefferson, he sweated bullets to try to figure out if the Louisiana Purchase was Constitution or not. Does this motherfucker concentrate on the Constitution, read the words, see what the words of the Constitution mean to him, and then discuss it with other people? God damn. A revolution in the name of the Constitution would be, it's ripe. We could do it right now. Just get together, have constitutional meetings. Let's do constitutional conventions. Rewriting the Constitution would be revolutionary. Just defending the damn Constitution. It's almost like immunity is natural law. Immunity. So, immunity, that's nicer than just free speech, right to petition. How about I do as the fuck as I please and declare immunity? And judges get immunity. So, this is fucking nuts. You know, if Donald was being a smart person, if he was a smart dictator, all he would have to do is just make sure he's not breaking the laws, breaking the Constitution, uphold the civil liberties, make sure he's not infringing on state sovereignty. You saw all those red states, so he probably could arrest judges in the red states. The governor is the leader of the executive branch, and in some respects it almost makes sense if the blue governors would just kick all ICE agents out. No ICE agents are allowed, and then just arrest them on site. And then maybe have your own immigration force, and then, when you catch illegal immigrants, then, hand them over to the federal government or deport them yourself. Because they're trying to say that they're doing a job that's not being done, so if the states would just do the job, and then arrest ICE, say you do not have permission to be here. It's just executive authority versus executive authority. It's the Kentucky resolutions. When the Alien and Sedition Acts were passed by John Adams, the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions were passed, and it said that the states were obligated to nullify any illegal measures by the federal government. So if he was being a smart Führer, he would make sure that everything that he did had a constitutional basis, make sure he was within the enumerated powers. He would make sure that he's not breaking state. All he'd have to do, it wouldn't even be that hard to be a fucking dictator in America. You just have to get the Congress, which he already has, just to get the Supreme Court, which he had, but he's doing this na-na-boo-boo shit. Na-na-na-na-boo-boo. You can't stop me shit. If he gets the Supreme Court on his side and the Congress on his side and the red states on his side, he's got, unlimited, almost unlimited power right there. But he'd have to work with other people. You can't infringe upon our God-given rights and nor our constitutional freedoms. You're going to have elections. When he's talking about breaking elections, this motherfucker's not going to step down. This motherfucker just keeps on passing more crazy shit and more crazy shit. And then there was that, we're not going to take it. Apparently America has been taking it. We've been taking it on the chin, and we continue to take it on the fucking chin. So you wouldn't have to do too many things. Get Congress on your side, which he already has. Get Supreme Court on his side, which he had. Get the state governments on your side, the executive branches. They got 3 branches as well. I'm thinking about all the things to prevent tyranny. You have elections, so win your election. Don't break the rule of law. Respect the 3 branches. Respect federalism. Respect bicameralism. You got both the House and the Senate. It wouldn't be that hard to be an American dictator, like constitutionally valid dictator. But he isn't even trying to be a lawful dictator. He's just straight up being a criminal fuck. It's crazy.